All right, guys, it is time for our first night of what I'm calling Power Boot Camp. We had a really, really crazy week ahead of us, and we're just going to kind of blast through some of the first four boot camp classes out of the Game Plan Oil script book. So I'm super excited to hang out with you guys. I just came off of an amazing week just getting poured into from a whole bunch of diamonds, and I'm on fire, and I'm really ready to fire you guys up a little bit too. So if you're not familiar with what I'm talking about, it's called the Game Plan Oils Script Book. This is what it looks like. This is actually the teacher's edition, and I'm showing it to you because this is the one that I'm going to be teaching out of. Now, only for these 4 nights are we going to be doing the PowerPoint and the workbook in the same night. And I'm going to move pretty quickly tonight. So I'm pretty stoked to see you guys on. Go ahead and talk to me. I can see your messages. I'm going to be picking winners the entire time for the live videos. So I appreciate you guys, and I appreciate you giving up your time and getting on to learn a little bit more. So if you're not familiar with the script book, why do you not have one yet? You need to go get one up on Amazon or up on my website, oilabilityteam.com. The way that I'm using these is I'm teaching one class a month with my team, and we work through the class, and I give them some things to order, and then we work through the workbook throughout the entire month, and I just kind of break out some of those workbook pages. So I'll show you that workbook tonight and how I'm utilizing that with my team. But all I know is that every time I taught classes and did product education, my OGV went up. So this book is an OGV maker. It's an OGV builder. If you're not familiar with the content, there's 25 classes on the inside of this thing. It's crazy. It's just a crazy class. It's like all things, a crazy book. It's all things aromatherapy in one simple place. So it's really easy for you to find it all and be able to share and duplicate with your team. So I'm teaching online in Zoom. I'm teaching in person classes with this book. And then I'm picking maybe 5 to 10 people a month, and I'm sending the book to them. If you order on my website in bulk, you can get it discounted almost half off. If you don't have a copy, I'd recommend you get the teacher's edition, so you got a clean copy to teach off of, and then get a little oiler edition as well that you can scribble all over and take notes on, and keep that right next to your bedside. So best Young Living purchase next to a starter kit. Thank you, Heather. So if you're not familiar with the inside of this thing, I love the teacher's edition because I can just pull my pages right out. What classes are in this book and what are we going over? Well, this week is Power Week. So tonight we're doing oils, and then tomorrow we're doing 102, which is thieves, then 103 Ningxia, then 104 CBD. So we're going to be training Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday this week as I kind of play catch up with classes I've already trained on out of this book. The next week we break out a Fearless. So it's just going to be wonderful. Fearless is your internal aromatic topical emotional class. It's all things oils. And we'll go back into our regular boot camp style where I teach a class on Tuesday. If we don't get it done in an hour, I teach it Wednesday, finish it Wednesday, and then Thursday we just go through that workbook line by line. So the other classes in this book that we'll be doing are Fearless, Oils of the Bible, the Raindrop class, Feelings, Gut Health, the 4 most important Young Living supplements, enzymes, Bloom Art and Savvy, which is the skin class, the hair class, tooth class, hormones and oils, animal aromatherapy, basic massage for couples, intro to diffusers. This is one book, guys, one book. Seedlings, manly man class, the techniques class. So I just sat with a whole bunch of diamonds last night and we were doing neuroauricular on each other, the ear technique, valor balancing, how to make your own blends. There's a blending class, like a class to actually teach you how to blend things, the einkorn class, and then a tribute to the founder of Young Living, D. Gary Youngs. And we've got some things up of our sleeve for that class. So the neat thing about this boot camp is you're never late. So it doesn't matter when you get on. It doesn't matter when your friends get on. It doesn't matter when your team gets on or your product users get on. Anytime you hop on, you're learning a class from beginning to end. Oh, Debbie says I got my big book today. You guys have asked when we're shipping. We're shipping like crazy. You ordered 20,000 books. We've already hit #1 on Amazon. But then I went to the beach and we slipped to #9. So you guys need to tell your teams about this book and post it everywhere. Post your pictures of the book and post it on Instagram. If you like it, go give me reviews and share it with the people that you love, because that's how we bring oils to every home in the world. You want to watch them all. That's awesome, Doris. Francis, I appreciate you. Go get the book, girl. Go get the book. So they're discounted in bulk on my website, and they're discounted on Amazon right now because it's toward the top of the charts. So they discount it when the book goes high on the charts. So without further ado, let's jump right into the 101 class. And then I'm going to do some workbook training tonight with that class because these classes are just a little bit shorter than some of the other ones that are in the book. So I can kind of work on both of them. So I'm going to come over to my page. I'm just going to kind of teach it this way, keep it really simple tonight. You guys can teach it this way, or you can make it full screen. Every single class has a media package with it. So you're getting PowerPoints, graphics to share, and just all sorts of things, textable classes with some of them, and the script with some of them. The first 5, I can give you the script right out of the script book. Once we get to 103 or 106, it's copyrighted by Amazon, and then I would get in trouble for that. But the first 5 we printed before the book was written. So I can get away with giving you some cool things. I actually haven't taught this yet because they just finished the PowerPoint, my editing team, about an hour ago. So we're going to see how this feels. And I'm teaching it in front of 70,000 people live for the first time. So I just got back from Florida and enjoyed every single minute of it with my peers, with a whole bunch of diamonds. And it's just awesome. I wish you guys could see behind the scenes and the way that the diamonds love and care for each other and share resources and encourage each other and brainstorm together. It's just a really beautiful thing. So I'm waiting for you at Diamond. We got the door held wide open. I'm reaching my hands down to grab you and pull you up. Use this book and get out and go bring oils to every home in the world. I'm still convinced, guys, that Young Living is the best network marketing company in the entire world, because not only do we have supplements, not only do we have skincare, and not only do we have stuff for kids, not only do we have cleaning supplies, but we have oils. Like, people are going to need oils for the rest of their lives. Supplements come and go. You use them for a while, you don't use them, but not oils. Like, everybody gets a cold, everybody has pain, everybody has things that they're going to need the oils for. So I don't see this going away anytime soon. It's the most perfect MLM, and I'm so thankful. I'm so thankful for how oils have blessed my family. So let's jump right into the PowerPoint, and then I'm going to teach the workbook too. So if you're on with me live, it's 8:36. Let's see how long it takes us to teach this thing. So welcome to Essential Oils 101. This is a power-packed, fun, educational training time to show you all things oils and all things Young Living. Normally, I will use the Diamond Rising deck when I'm teaching these in person so that you have a little contact me card. I get you to fill that out. And now I can touch base with you after the class and see which things you're interested in learning. And we can customize that aromatherapy training directly to your needs. So we're going to cover about 150 years of aromatherapy in a very small space. So don't be overwhelmed. After the class, I will text you a link where you can listen to the whole class again on your cell phone as a podcast. So if you're wondering where those are, if you go over to my website, it's just at oilabilityteam.com. And then you click on the share button right here, share. You will see oils, thieves, Ningxia, CBD, kids class. Those are our core 5. The rest of the classes, when we teach them, will be under the Scriptbook button. But if you click on 101 oils, everything is right here for you. It's free. PowerPoint, blank slides, demo the class. There's your script, textable class, a challenge calendar, scavenger hunt calendar through that kit, graphics to market your class, all things in one place. And that doesn't cost you anything. So my personal story is I got invited to an oils class back in 2014. I thought it was crazy. I didn't believe in the power of oils, but then I was just like, oh, I mean, God made them. So maybe he knew what he was doing, right? And I eventually went to a class. It took me 5 months. And then it took me 7 weeks with my sponsor asking me every week if I was going to get a starter kit. I finally got it out of my birthday money, and it sat in a shelf for a few days. And then I got a tummy bug, and I was in the bathroom and my tummy did not feel good. And my husband came to the bathroom and he's like, what is that smell? It's so bad. What's going on? And I'm like, I've been sitting here for a while, Harnish. I just don't feel good. And he said, well, is there anything in your snake oil kit that can help with that? So he just Googled Young Living and stomach, and peppermint oil came up. So he gave it to me, and I didn't know how to use oil. So I just took the oil and I just dumped it all over my stomach and put probably about 18 drops on. And it was crazy. I mean, in a few seconds, the gurgling in my stomach stopped. And then I didn't have any more diarrhea. I was just kind of sitting there, and I'm thinking, I'm pretty sure it's in my head. I want this to work. I want a leaf to do that. So I'm just going to sit here where it's safe. And I waited it out and it never came back. Like, it was good. And I was hooked for life. Then I wanted all the oils, and I grabbed the catalog and I grabbed a reference guide. I looked at them side by side, and John was done for, and I wanted all the oils and started building my personal collection. So what are essential oils? Well, they're the most powerful part of the plant, and they're distilled from shrubs, flowers, trees, roots, bushes, fruit, rinds, resins, herbs, whatever part of the plant is the most powerful and will do the most for the human body. Oils consist of hundreds of different natural organic compounds. So in humans, they provide support for every system in the body: your skeletal system, muscular, circulatory, endocrine, hormones, respiratory, immune system. They support your brain, a healthy weight. They're used extensively for spiritual support in your prayer life, as well as emotional support. And they've been used for thousands of years as beauty aids as well for your skin. An oil in a diffuser can soothe a child's tough day at school, or it can provide a calming effect if you've had a stressful day at work. Oils can be used as an alternative to cleaning chemicals in the home. You can literally start swapping out every single chemical in your house to live a clean lifestyle, and you can do it without breaking the bank. So the starter bundle is what we're going to be training on today, and it is a $412 bundle that's steeply discounted to $165. So it's the only thing on Young Living site that's over half off. And it comes with 12 full bottles of oil, and either a desert mist or a dewdrop diffuser with 11 different colored light settings, including a candle setting, and then some Ningxia and a couple of Thieves products as well. So this one bundle contains oils for your respiratory system, for pain, immune support, stress, emotions, alertness. There's internal, aromatic, topical oils, as well as our powerhouse product of Ningxia, which is a whole food liquid supplement loaded with antioxidants. The bundle also contains Thieves, which is the most affordable oil infused plant based cleaning line on the planet. I love this bundle because it just gives you a whirlwind sample of all of the products that we have in Young Living, some of our best ones. So let's jump right in. How do I use the oils? Well, you don't need to be an aromatherapist to use them. So in most cases, you're just rubbing it topically on the skin. And there's three main ways to get oils into your system. The English, the British school, is to apply topically, rub it on the skin. The French ingest and cook with it, and the Germans diffuse and inhale it. And Young Living uses all three methods. So when you're told only this is safe and only this is safe, you're likely only get schooled from one of those three schools, but we use all three of them. So how do oils enter and how long do they last? Well, tests have shown that oils reach the heart, liver, and thyroid in 3 seconds when they're inhaled, and they were found in the bloodstream within 26 seconds when they were applied topically. Expulsion of essential oils takes 3 to 6 hours in a normal, healthy body. How about a little history class? So, oils were first mentioned by name in the biblical book of Genesis, chapter 37. When Joseph was sold to the slave traders, they carried with them spicery, balm, and myrrh. You can go look it up tonight when we're done training. Genesis ends with the burial of Joseph's father, who was anointed with myrrh. And there's over 1,100 direct and indirect mentions of essential oils in scripture. Some of the oldest cultures on the earth used essential oils. The Babylonians used cedar wood, myrrh, and cypress. The Egyptians used essential oils for beauty and embalming. They had the oldest recorded deodorant recipe made with essential oils because their teenagers stank too. So Pakistan and Rome, they used essential oils in their communal bathhouses. Essential oils were even used by Christ. Jesus was given gold, frankincense, and myrrh. Frankincense, sometimes referred to as the coconut oil of essential oils because it's got over 10,000 uses. Essential oils were used by the medieval Europeans. It was only after World War II when oils were rediscovered, and the science on their use grows with every single year. This is actually a picture of a cistus plant, so it's one of the biblical oils, and I took that picture myself while I was at the cistus farm in Spain. So, do oils work? That's probably the number one question that I get. I used to buy my lavender online or at farmers markets or bulk food stores. In the United States, there's no rating system for essential oils. And it would be wonderful if there were, because then you know what you were buying. You could walk into a grocery store and look at a box of cereal and you'll see nutrition facts on the side, but there are no nutrition facts on the side of oils. And so that means you have to trust the source. You've got to know the company that you're buying from. So what sets Young Living apart? It's a concept called seed to seal. It's our seed to seal promise. Let me break down what seed to seal means in 2 minutes flat. Are you guys ready? Because I'm going to ask you what you learned about seed to seal. So at Young Living, we don't strip constituents to make our oils smell better. We don't mix species of the same oil. We don't spray weed killers, pesticides, herbicides, or use genetically modified seeds. We spend $12,000 per acre to hand weed our lavender instead of the industry standard of $60 per acre for the exact same plant. The industry standard is $60 an acre because spraying with pesticides is a lot cheaper than hand weeding. We don't distill with solvents like hexane. Our soil is not tainted with mercury, arsenic, glyphosate, or any poison because our fields are untouched by toxic chemicals. We harvest at the exact time of day that Young Living's research team has found to be the ideal time for that specific plant. And we know when the peak is because of our extensive library in oils. It is the oldest and largest globally, compiled from nearly 30 years of research at farms on 6 continents. Gary Young grew helichrysum oil at St. Mary's in Idaho, and then Mona in Utah. So let me show you some of these farms, and then the Mediterranean country of Croatia, just to watch its scores on our seed to seal testing. We don't always grow it where it grows natively. We grow it where it grows best and where it's going to produce the most effective oil for the body. And our farms are all over the world, and you can visit them. You can go check them out because we are a transparent company. So we've got our Northern Lights Black Spruce is grown at Fort Nelson in British Columbia, Canada. That's actually in the Arctic Circle. St. Mary's is where we grow our Melissa and lavender and peppermint. Mona, Utah, you've seen our lavender fields there. We grow juniper there. We grow goldenrod there. We grow yarrow there. I have been to our farm in Spain. And so there we're growing, we're distilling frankincense and we grow cistus at that farm. I've been to Guayaquil, Ecuador, where we're growing our oregano plants, and we grow eucalyptus down there, and we grow acatea and ylang-ylang grows there. I've been to our farm in Australia. We're growing sandalwood and so many, there's a version of tea tree that grows out there. So many different farms. And I love that we have the freedom to go and visit some of those. So I used to buy my lavender online or at farmers markets and all that. I don't do that anymore because I know what Young Living is putting into their oil. All the oils are shipped from around the world to Spanish Fork, Utah. This is a picture of our Mona farm, where they're run through vigorous 8-point testing to ensure authenticity. And those tests are run in triplicate at the farm, at Spanish Fork, and then a third time before bottling. So what does that mean? The testing is thorough and it's precise. There's 24 tests per batch to make sure that the oils meet our standards. And then we do third-party testing with 2 accredited, respected, independent labs. Young Living's oils are tested by scientists with over 180 years of combined lab experience. And most of those scientists were hand trained by founder Gary Young himself. It's why I don't buy from a mom and pop oil shop, because they don't have the team that's necessary to stay on top of hundreds of oils and blends. They don't have seed to seal, and you can't visit their farms. So Young Living is a global leader in essential oils. We're doing over $2 billion in sales annually. And that means that those that use the oils keep returning because they work. There are 3,000 global employees, 600 life-changing products, 16 corporate and partner farms, more than 20 international markets, 50 highly trained scientists, 12 independent partner labs, and 6 million global members. To say that Young Living is the same as a generic off-brand at a grocery store makes no sense, because the two are completely different products. Why use an oil to get away from chemicals and then use an oil laden with chemicals? You can't have quality without the cost, because the two go hand in hand. Irradiated, mechanically separated rib meat is not the same as pastured, grass-fed, organic beef. So you're going to get what you pay for. We understand that in every other industry except for aromatherapy. A third-party lab test does not make an oil authentic. Saying that your oils are better does not make them authentic, but integrity, hard work, and high standards do. And that is seed to seal. And that is why Young Living is different. It's our promise of authenticity. So you can learn more about it at seedtoseal.com. We're going to talk about that in the workbook. So why can't you just buy oils at the grocery store? Well, authenticity. Again, you're going to get what you pay for. So I've seen bottles of frankincense for $7 at the grocery store, but it costs more than that just to distill the oil. It's a red flag that the oil's been altered in some form. This is a photo of our frankincense. I'm actually holding it in my hand for this picture. And it was, distilled for 3 days, at the plant, at the distillery is crazy. So you can't, like, you would pay your workers more than $7 to distill it, to stand there next to the distillery for 3 days. So it was distilled at the proper temperature to pull the best oil out of that plant. The labor to distill this plant is one of the reasons why frankincense is so costly. The only way to sell it for $10 or $12 would be to adulterate the oil, or you wouldn't make any profit selling it. The frankincense tree has to be tapped like a maple syrup tree, and then that resin is going to ooze out, but it quickly turns into the hard resin that you see at the bottom of the screen. It turns into this pretty fast, and then it's a very long process for it to turn back into the oil that you see in the frankincense bottle. If you wanted oil much quicker and at a lower labor cost, you could distill it with solvents, but many of those solvents cause cancer, like hexane. So is it worth it to have the solvents in your oil, or are you willing to pay the difference for you and your family to have authenticity? Young Living does not use chemical solvents to extract frankincense, and that's what Seed to Seal is all about. They take pride in doing things the harder way to get you the best oil. So all of the oils in the world fall into one of four categories: authentic, manipulated, perfume, and synthetic. Authentic means that the oils are 100% unadulterated with no added synthetics and no additives in the bottle. And these are Young Living oils. Manipulated means that the final product has been made to smell more pleasing and less earthy. And sometimes some of the heavier molecules have been stripped out, or another additive has been introduced to enhance the aroma. Perfume oils are not authentic. They're mixed with synthetics to enhance the aroma. And these oils have no therapeutic action. Frequently, solvents are used to extract the plant. Then synthetic oils are not true oils at all. They smell nothing like the original plant, and they're typically labeled as scented products. So authentic is the only true unadulterated oil. Synthetic oils would be like opening your fridge, taking a glass of orange juice and diluting it 95% with chemicals before you drank it. It wouldn't have the same benefits of a glass of juice straight from the orange. So that's why you want authentic oils. Before you purchase, you got to check to see if the company grows their own plants, has Seed to Seal, and controls the entire process from the farm to the sealed bottle, because pesticides, pollution, previously farmed land, all of that can affect the quality of an oil. Why go the extra step of using an oil to get away from a chemical and then use an oil that's laden with chemicals? It doesn't make any sense. So I want you to see the impact of what spraying a crop with pesticides can do to the human body. There was a study in Sweden, and it was cataloged in a video called The Organic Effect. This is pertaining to food. However, when it takes 10,000 rose blossoms, 60,000 rose blossoms to make an ounce of rose oil, the oils are even more concentrated than food. So you're going to watch a food video, but I want you to think about the impact on an oil. A pesticide sprayed in a crop will be even more concentrated. So this is why we don't spray. And I want you to watch this video for 1 minute. All right.
Most of what is grown today is treated with pesticides. That's not so healthy for the environment, but does it really affect us? Meet the Palmberg family. They don't eat organic food.
Det kostar mer än vanlig mat. Det blir en stor skillnad när man är många i en familj.
But for the next 2 weeks, the Palmbergs are going to eat only organic. Before they begin, urine samples are taken from each of the family members. And it turns out they have a number of different pesticides inside their bodies.
Vi hittade framförallt insektsmedel, svampmedel och stråförkortningsmedel.
Vi äter insektsmedel.
Ja, äckligt.
Ja.
So, everything in the kitchen is replaced, and they begin eating only organic.
Whoops, sorry guys, I bumped it.
Ja.
So, everything in the kitchen is replaced, and they begin eating only organic. Then, another round of samples are taken, and now, almost all the pesticides have disappeared.
Vi vet ju väldigt lite om långtidseffekter av att äta mat som har besprutats. Speciellt med tanke på att studier har visat att kemikalier i kombination kan vara långt farligare än kemikalier var och en för sig.
När man får höra det här så tänker man framförallt på barnen. Det är många kemikalier som har lämnat deras kroppar och jag vill inte ha tillbaka dem i mina barn.
That is crazy. Crazy, right? So that's one of the reasons why we don't spray, right? Look at how much all of those chemicals went down in their bodies. So Young Living Seed to Seal promise is a promise of integrity. It's not a slogan, it's a promise. So why do some companies sell oils cheaper than others? Well, most essential oils are sold cheaper than others because companies will cut corners to save money. If you're spraying a crop with pesticides, you got more crop to distill. If you use a chemical solvent to extract the oil, you pull more oil out. If you dilute with a cheaper oil or a carrier oil, you stretch the oil you've distilled and you can sell it easily at a cheaper cost. It takes a great deal of work to produce a tiny amount of essential oil, though. Like I said earlier, 60,000 rose blossoms provide only 1 ounce of rose oil. Lavender is abundant. 200 pounds makes 7 pounds of oil. Jasmine flowers have to be picked by hand before the sun becomes hot on the very first day that they open, making it one of the most expensive oils in the world. It takes 8 million hand-picked blossoms to produce 2.2 pounds of oil. And a sandalwood tree, it's got to be 30 years old and 30 feet high before it can be cut down for distillation. Gary Young sandalwood trees have to be 90% dead before they're harvested. But a little goes a long way. Most oils are $10 to $30 per bottle. Depending on oil thickness or viscosity, a 5 ml bottle contains about 90 to 100 drops, and a 15 ml bottle contains about 200 to 240 drops. Each application is 1 to 3 drops, meaning even a small bottle is going to get you 45 to 90 applications. And oils are cost effective. So Thieves Cleaner, it's made out of plants only. It costs about $1.50 a bottle to make. You can't even get that in the organic section of the grocery store. And it's replacing multi-surface cleaner, glass cleaner, and floor cleaner. And that's actually the class we're going to teach tomorrow night. So I want you to pop on and catch it. If you're not seeing this live, you just got to go down to the next button on the Scriptbook and you can watch that class. This is the second class in our Core 5 series of aromatherapy training that's right out of the Game Plan Oil Script Book. So if you just joined me, this is the book that I'm teaching out of. This is the teacher's edition. You can get this on my website at oilabilityteam.com. It's up on Amazon. It's already an Amazon bestseller. Go grab it. It's amazing. 25 classes in one place. So I recommend that you start with the oils starter bundle because you're getting 12 bottles of oil and a diffuser, and I can teach you aromatic, topical, internal, and emotional use just from that one kit. Then there's another little bonus to getting your starter kit, and that's loyalty or rewards. It's a program that pays you back 10% immediately on everyday products you're already using. So toothpaste, shampoo, dish soap, 600 other products. And after 4 months, you're getting 20% back. And after 25 months, you're getting 25% back. So imagine going into a grocery store and every single time you go in, you've been, ordering or going there for 25 months, everything in your cart is 25% off. Like, that's awesome. That's an addition to the 24% wholesale discount you get when you start with a starter bundle. So that's pretty awesome. And there's more. When you order from yourself instead of the grocery store, you're earning free points and free oils for certain tiers. And those oils that you earn are announced at the beginning of every month. They change. So if you guys are teaching the class, this is where I would show the freebies for that month. I mean, this is kind of how it breaks down. If you're spending 50 PV a month, and you're doing it on loyalty rewards, at the end of 5 years, you've gotten $765 back in free Young Living product. If you're spending 300 PV at the end of 5 years, you've gotten $16,000 back in free products. So that's awesome. Loyalty rewards is the best way to get to order from Young Living for sure. So are oils safe? Well, back to the final little bit of our 101 class. We're almost at the end of our aromatherapy hangout time today. And I hope you guys have enjoyed this nice little intro class, the science, the knowledge, the testimonies. We're going to talk safety, and then you get to experience the oils for yourself before we end today. So many people ask me, if oils are so powerful, are they safe? Well, there's certain oils that are photosensitive, meaning you don't want to wear them and go outside. So those are mostly citrus oils like citrus fresh and lime and lemon and grapefruit. When using oils on your skin, you always want to watch for redness and dilute with a carrier oil. I dilute oils on children because their skin is more permeable and it absorbs the oils more quickly. So what's a carrier oil? It's a fatty oil like olive or coconut oil that you would find in your kitchen. Its molecules are a lot larger than those of essential oils. So using a carrier oil with an essential oil slows down the rate that the body can absorb the essential oil because it's got to ping pong through the larger molecules of the carrier oil to get into your skin. So some other safety tips before your starter bundle arrives. Be wary of putting oils topically near your eyes. You can become desensitized to an oil if you're using the same one every day, so I rotate them out. And then what about internal use? That's the number one thing that I hear. Can I use it internally? Well, that's the National Association for Holistic Aromatherapy. It's one of the top aromatherapy organizations in the United States. Does not advocate essential oils for internal use. Why? Well, most companies don't carry GRAS oils, which are generally regarded as safe. Many argue that internal essential oil use is unsafe, and I would agree in some circumstances. So let's talk a little bit more about that. You need to make sure you're checking the labels first. So Young Living Vitality oils, these white labels, are approved for internal use, just like a food additive. You've been consuming essential oils internally for most of your life, whether you're chewing gum with wintergreen or spearmint in it, or you put oregano in your pasta. That's what gives it the flavor, is the oil in it. So NAHA bases a lot of their decisions on the British model, which advocates topical use only. But many of those British studies are flawed. So, for example, they're done at extremely high doses or in ways that the oils aren't typically used on humans. Young Living utilizes all three methods. So British, French, and German. And the French have been using essential oils internally safely for decades. Young Living's Vitality line has distinctive white labels so you can easily recognize which ones are safe to take internally. On the flip side, look at the ingredients list of what you have in your bathroom and your kitchen. Every single day, we're putting products on our skin, in our body, we're breathing them in, and many of these products contain damaging chemicals. The average woman is putting over 300 chemicals every single day in her body through four things: soap, makeup, shampoo, and hair care products. And 80 of those chemicals are before breakfast. And we wonder why we have endocrine problems and issues with our hormones and fertility and all that. It's all these chemicals we're using. And when you're looking at Young Living oil, you're using a product with one ingredient like lemon or oregano or tangerine. There's no synthetic additives and no yuck. So I began my journey with the kit that you see right on the screen, that premium starter bundle. And if you're a frugal mom like me, it's a great starting place because it's half off. So the cost of Panaway and frankincense alone, just those two bottles, are worth the value of the entire bundle. So it basically means you're getting 10 oils, a diffuser, thieves, and ningxia for free. So let's take a look at what comes inside the starter bundle. Frankincense is one of the top skin oils. It's a key ingredient in Young Living's brain power oil, and it helps during prayer time with grounding and focus. Great for your skin. I personally love this for bug bites and for focusing and soothing discomfort. Lavender is the oil of relaxation. We call it the Swiss Army knife of oils. You can diffuse it for a calming aroma. Unwind by putting a few drops in your bath. This is great for skin. And I love it for bruises, blisters, rashes, bug bites, and mild burns. Peppermint comes in the starter kit and it helps to support gastrointestinal discomfort. I opened with my peppermint story. It was like my wow moment with oiling. It promotes healthy bowel function and enhanced gut function. If you have not taken this oil and dropped it in the toilet when you are constipated, do that because it opens up your sphincter. It's gonna, you don't even have to put it on you, just drop it into the toilet and then sit down for a little while. So I love to call this my highway hypnosis oil because one drop in my hand will keep me alert while I'm driving. And this oil is also really good for mild occasional headaches. You just apply it to the temples. Citrus Fresh Vitality. It smells so good. It's got orange, tangerine, grapefruit, lemon, and mandarin. And it's a great replacement for some chemical based home fragrances. You can spritz it in rooms, closets, over linens, wear it as a perfume. Thieves is the oil that put Young Living on the map. It's great for respiratory. It's just a wonderful thing for immune support. So when my kids are feeling off, the first thing I do is I put it in the diffuser. I drop it on their feet. I drop it on their spine. Why there? Because the spine is where bundles of nerves run through the body, and the feet and the hands are where they come out. So if you're putting oils topically in those places, you're covering a lot of ground in the body, even if you don't know where those germs are hanging out. Peace and Calming is one of my favorite oils to use with kids, though I have been known to sneak a few drops on myself and enjoy it as well. I use it to bring peace to the chaos that's in my head. And it's different than Stress Away, and that Stress Away is for prolonged use during the day, and specifically for that fight or flight stress that comes on fast. Peace and Calming is more for the evening to slow your mind down and get you into that place where you can rest. It's got a lang-a-lang and orange and tangerine and patchouli. It's wonderful. This is my second favorite oil in the kit, right behind Valor. This promotes wellness, and it may be an important part of a daily health regimen. It's one of the top emotional blends. I use it before a heavier day when I know I've got a lot going on. This one contains lime and copaiba and vanilla, and it's like a massage for the senses. Lemon is really good for the liver. So if I'm doing a cleanse, I'll put this in a drop of room temperature water every morning for 10 days. It's so good for your liver. It's a key ingredient in thieves and ningxia red, wonderful to support the immune system. You can also use lemon for anything sticky. So it gets like stickers and stuff off of things. And it's a great degreaser for dirty pots and pans. It's my favorite oil to put in Epsom salt in a bath. Panaway is the next one. You can use this after exercise to soothe muscles. It's got a stimulating aroma. You can apply it to the back and the neck for it's just great for your lungs. I like applying oils to the back if you're working on the lungs versus the front because all your other organs are sitting on top of your lungs. The day you get your starter bundle, I want you to put this on your feet at the end of the day and just see how they feel. It's wonderful. Also helps to support the appearance of healthy skin coloration. So 90% of aging isn't wrinkles, it's discoloration of skin. So I like to add a couple drops of this to my Art Gentle Cleanser. It's really good for that. Digest Vitality is a top blend for your digestive system. I like to call this like the oils version of activated charcoal. You can add 2 drops along with peppermint to water for a stimulating beverage. Take it in a veggie capsule, use it internally. I love to take this one with Essential Zyme. We've got the enzymes class coming up in a few weeks. So it's really good if I feel a little nauseous. Raven is a cleansing blend of Raven Sarah, peppermint, and eucalyptus radiata. Raven creates a cooling sensation when it's on the chest and throat. I like to use this one when I'm running too. You can diffuse it for a soothing aroma, and it just changes the game for anything breathing. Now, I'm not going to go into depth on Ningxia Red, but this comes in your starter kit. It just juices so good for you, and we have a class on this in 2 days. Same thing with Thieves. I'm not going to go into depth because we're teaching this tomorrow night, so please make sure that you get back on and watch it. But I will tell you, the hand sanitizer that comes in is pretty amazing. 2 of the most common hand sanitizers on the market contain isopropyl alcohol, which kills good bacteria. You don't want to kill the good stuff. And it can cause alcohol poisoning. 6 teenagers in 2012 in California were poisoned after drinking hand sanitizer with this in it. So they also contain toxic chemicals, hormone disruptors. I want you to flip your hand sanitizer over and see if it says tocopherol acetate on it. That's a hormone disruptor. Cross polymers, fake fragrances. You don't need that stuff in your hand sanitizer. So Thieves hand sanitizer is the safest stuff that I know of to use. It's made of denatured alcohol, which does not hit you like ethyl alcohol does. Plus peppermint, clove, rosemary, cinnamon, and lemon. And that's what I want my kids using. And then the final oil in the starter bundle is one of founder Gary Young's favorite oils. It's Valor. Valor contains black spruce, blue tansy, camphor wood, geranium, frankincense. It's still my #1 oil of all time. The Valor blend was used by the ancient Romans in the bathhouses before they sent their soldiers into battle. So it's smooth, relaxing scent. It's designed for courage and bravery. This is my fear oil. It's my place of calm. So just to recap, there's the entire starter bundle. You can hop on, contact the person that told you about oils and go get it at youngliving.com. So the next step is to get to the other 4 classes in our Core 5 series. And we're teaching several of them this week. So the Thieves class tomorrow. I want to end this class with a challenge because I believe in training you long after the class is over, because this oils thing, it's a lifestyle. It's not just a single class. So I want to invite you to accept the 3 cabinet challenge. You're at home right now. So I want you, when this class is over, to go look at some things that are in your cabinets right now. Pick any 3 cabinets and pick things that you've used for years and just start looking at the ingredients list on the back of the bottle. And if there's an ingredient that you're not familiar with, type it in Google with the words dangers of, and you're going to be blown away at some of the poison that's lurking in your cabinets. One of the things I do in my live classes is I use this as an opportunity to give away the book Fearless, which is an Amazon best-selling book. And I print off the Fearless calendar. So this is the scavenger hunt calendar that's up on my website, oilabilityteam.com. You can print it off and use it with your team this week and teach a one-on-one class this week. So in the back of Fearless are 10 oils challenges mapped out like a scavenger hunt through your starter bundle. So I put them on a calendar and you can put it on your fridge and fill it out by doing the challenges. And then you know that you got every single drop of oily goodness out of your new bundle. So Fearless, which you can get on Amazon, that's up right now, or you can order them and hand them out to your team like candy because it's going to give them the why behind oiling. You can get it in a bundle for $1 a book on my website. Oilabilityteam.com. Fearless is going to take you room by room, telling you how to have a chemical-free kitchen and a chemical-free cleaning closet by swapping out toxins for pure Young Living products. So just start where you're most convicted and take baby steps to kick the chemicals out of your home. So something in this class convicted you. I mean, something hit you in the gut. And I know that when you go home and you try this, how you care for your family and how you clean your home is going to be very different. I want to come alongside you and train your family and your friends in toxin-free living, because you're going to fall in love with thieves and you're going to fall in love with oils, and you're going to want that lifestyle for your mom and best friend too. And so my goal is for you to place your oils order free forever, that it's never a burden on your budget. And we do that by teaching, to our friend circles. So if 3 of your friends sign up and get a starter bundle, your starter bundle with Young Living was free. If you had 10 to 15 friends fall in love with the lifestyle and get on loyalty rewards by attending the core 5 classes with you, you're going to get a check to place orders for your family's products. They're things that you pick out every single month that you want to swap out. So I'm willing to come and teach to your circle, to educate them for free, to give you the blessing of oils and seed to seal products for your family. So just talk to me after class if you want to learn a little bit more. This is a PowerPoint you guys will be using as teachers. You're just reading the slides. How do I order? Go to youngliving.com, click on become a member, and then use the number of the person who told you about oils. So what now? Let's recap your aromatherapy checklist. Get your starter bundle, read Fearless, print off that calendar and fill out your scavenger hunt calendar, collect all the things, do all the challenges, and then let's get plugged into the next core 5 class. So maybe you don't have somebody teaching it to you. You can just go to my website and click on share and make sure that you're watching your first 5 classes, which are the core 5 out of the Game Plan Oil Scriptbook. And now you got 25 classes that you can study and learn as well. And that means that you've survived Essential Oils 101. Thank you so much for the honor of your time. I appreciate you. Now we're going to do for just a minute or two here, and then I'm going to wrap up the video, okay, can we go? Okay, go. I'm going to train you for just a moment out of the workbook. If you have not gotten your hands on the workbook, there are 10 different exercises for every single class inside the workbook. I'm about to do a bunch of giveaways, so I'm watching you guys right now to get ready to do some giveaways. So get ready, right? I want you guys to turn, if you got your workbook with me, to the 101 oils class. The first thing in here, we'll go through them a little bit more closely from 102 on, but the first one is key points from the class. So, your people on your team are going to be filling this workbook out. What if you have 5 people on your team? Order the book and the workbook off Amazon tonight, get it on Prime in 2 days, and then they start working through the boot camp with you live. Like, your OGV is going to grow as they're getting trained. You guys are like, I cannot believe all the stuff that was just packed into that class. What I learned about Thieves hand sanitizer, right? Packed into the class. So, how many chemicals does a woman put on her body before breakfast? How many drops are in a 15 ml bottle, right? What system of the body are you most excited supporting with oils? So, where do you want to start hunting for your oils wow moment? What does that look like? So section 2 in the workbook is action steps. So I want you to start applying this class, like really going through and saying, all right, what are things I can do to make this class come to life? First thing I'm going to do is order that kit, and I'm going to get that in my house. Now I've got the product in my house. How do I start using some of the things? Well, one thing you could do is print out the Fearless calendar and go on that scavenger hunt. But let's take a look at a couple of other action steps. I'm not going to read them all tonight. When we do the Thieves class tomorrow night, I'll go through all the action steps in the workbook with you. But because I'm doing the class and the workbook together, I want to keep the video a little shorter. So you can spend 10 minutes at seedtoseal.com and learn about what authenticity means to Young Living. You can go to Amazon and get a pack of roller bottles, and then go to Young Living and order some carrier oil. The V6 is my favorite carrier, and make a roll on a plain carrier oil to keep in your purse, so that if you have some redness on the skin, you've always got a carrier oil with you, right? You don't put any oils in it. How about the Double Your Oils Collection Challenge? So one of the biggest kits that Young Living has is the Golden Touch Kit. What if you guys were to order that kit on your ER order this next month, just so you can get more oils on your shelf? It's like $90 or $95 for 7 bottles of oil. Like, that's awesome. That's like $12 a bottle for oils. So it's a great way to, increase the number of oils that you have on your shelf without spending a lot of money. So then I'm going to give you a diffuser recipe. So I would say for this, try mixing frankincense with a citrus. So the third section on here is diffuser recipes. And as the book goes on, I give you more and more and more diffuser recipes. So try frankincense tonight with 2 drops of lemon when you go to bed, or frankincense with 2 drops of stress away in it when you go to bed. Is amazing. Then loyalty rewards ideas. So I would recommend getting the Thief Starter Bundle because that's the next thing that we're going to teach on, and you can get it right in the virtual office. You just go under ER and select the bundle, or to shop and select the bundle. So another thing is the Golden Touch collection, which we just talked about for doubling your oils collection. Add the Art Gentle Cleanser. That was one of my first wow products. If you guys have not tried the Art Gentle Cleanser, oh my gosh, do it. And then add some frankincense to it as well, or drop a pan away like we just learned about tonight. Maybe you haven't put pan away in your cleanser and you never even thought about that, but it's wonderful for skin discoloration. So try that. Add some Ningxia as well. So these are just some ideas. The Everyday Oils collection you can add on. Add a few favorites to your collection like citrus oils. What if you were to get some grapefruit and orange and tangerine that don't come in the starter kit? And then for number 5, there's a checklist of products mentioned in the class, and then some bonus training. So for the bonus training for tonight, I'm going to give you a little tease of it, and then we're going to wrap up. And for the Thieves class, we're going to pick back up with this. So bonus training. I know you just got your starter bundle, but it's time to up your oil storage game. You're going to fall in love with oiling, and you're going to need some shelves to hold them all. So my brother-in-law is a woodworker, so he designs my shelves for me, and I have them all over the house. So here's some creative ways that Game Plan Oil Scriptbook fans have come up for oils storage. Jamie uses her kitchen cabinets. Dominique has it in a little dollhouse. Tiffany has got them mounted to her wall as a decorative piece. We've got Julie who designs her shelves top down. Nettie uses bamboo silverware tray turned on its side. Charlene just keeps adding more and more and more pieces. And Paula's husband built hers. Ashley used an upcycled piece of furniture and did hers. So, and then Brandy's husband said her IKEA rack was missing something. So he started adding Legos to her IKEA rack. So I'm going to do a challenge later tonight for my late night owls. I'm going to post all these pictures and I'm going to post mine. And I want you guys to post yours. And I'm going to give away 5 script books and 5 workbooks. So somebody can turn around and train their team while we're doing the live boot camp. So the DIY craft for the class is, does your sink stink? Make a garbage disposal refresher. So you take 1 cup of baking soda, 3/4 of a cup of liquid Castile soap, and a 1/2 cup of salt, 30 drops of lemon or citrus fresh, and a 1/4 cup of water. And you combine it all and you let it sit out for 24 hours. And then you put 1 to 3 fresheners in your garbage disposal. So I'm going to shoot a little DIY video, a time lapse video, and I'll put it up here this week so you can share some of the DIY stuff. Number 8 is affirmations for the class. So this is what I want you to speak over yourself as you're learning the new skill of oiling. I know enough for what I need. I absorb new information quickly. You're training right out of the workbook. You can absorb new things. I enjoy expanding my knowledge, and I'm excited to learn something new today. So then there's a journaling section and there's a brand partner section. So journaling, you're just going to answer these questions in the workbook. Where do we post the pictures? Watch for my post that I'll put up in the next 2 hours and then add to it. If you're not watching the live video, then I'm so sorry. I love it when people are on the boot camp live with me. So which oil did I use this day, week, or month? What results did I see? Is there a story I want to remember? Did I help someone this week and what did I do? Did I see a new idea with oils on social media that I want to try? What hit me from the class and what do I want to learn a little bit more about? Maybe I'm going to go study sanitizer and see the dangers of sanitizer and what are my current oils goals. So every night of boot camp, when I do the worksheet page, I give you a letter and we're going to play oils hangman this entire boot camp, all 25 classes. So the letter for tonight is O. And I want you to collect them all and you got to write them down because it's going to unlock a script that I'm writing right now called the Candida script and how to fight Candida using oils and using gut health stuff. So I'm so excited about it. And then the follow-up pages, I'll let you guys explore those. I'll let you explore those when you have the workbook. Go to Amazon, go get your books so you can do boot camp with me. Let me pick a couple of winners and I'm going to give away 2 teachers editions on this live and then watch for my how do you store your oils post. And I want to see pictures of you guys and you storing your oils. All right. And then I'll give away some books for that. So Renee Whitcare, your winner number 1. I'm going to give you an entire teacher's edition and get that shipped out for you. And Gina Toche, T-O-C-E, your winner number 2. So both of you guys just want a whole teacher's edition. Email me at oilabilitywithsarah@gmail.com, S-A-R-A-H, and we'll get those in the mail to you. So I love you guys. Thank you for getting on boot camp tonight. Go to my page, go check out all the resources, go to Amazon, leave reviews for the book. If you like the book, please leave me reviews. I try to run reviews contests once a week and just give away books for reviews that are left on my page. It encourages people to get the book. So oils in every home in the world, right? That's what we're about. Tonight we trained on the starter bundle and tomorrow's thieves. So I'll see you tomorrow night for round 2 of game plan, oils, script book, boot camp. I love you guys. You're doing a great job. And I love oiling side by side with you. Watch for the DIY video this week for the garbage disposal cleaner. It's awesome. Bye.